Teach Better family. It's so good to be back with the wonderful Brad Hughes. Buddy, how are you doing today?
Great to be back with you. I'm doing really well. First day or first week back, new office, new school for me. So lots of excitement building for a new school year here in Southern Ontario. And I hope things are building with excitement for you and family in Colorado as well.
Oh my goodness, it's been wonderful. The kids are back in school, and it's great to get back into those routines. As you know, summer can be chaotic, although fun, and so it's kind of nice to get back into things. And then the kids are transitioning well, so I appreciate you asking. And it's great to see that you're back in the building and getting ready for your school year. It was also wonderful to see so many wonderful administrators this morning as everyone's kind of in different spots in their school year. Some people already had students, some were coming back tomorrow, and others had a couple of weeks to still prepare for the new school year. And we really were talking about energy and inspiration today with our theme. And so I wanted to talk with you about some of the ideas that were thrown out, because it was a really vibrant conversation, and I just love the ideas that were discussed today. But we had some fun. I wanted to know about some quirky traditions and habits that were put in place by administrators to, create momentum and inspiration through the school year. So what did you take away from, what the staff and administrators were talking about this morning?
I found it really inspiring that so many school leaders are finding ways to bring staff members together in ways that are fun, that break the tension, that lighten the mood, and above all, create relationships among staff. I mean, if we want to engender strong relationships between staff members and students, we have to remember the key importance, the foundational importance of engendering strong relationships among faculty members, because the work we do is no joke. It's energy intensive. It requires tremendous professionalism, tremendous adeptness of just navigating moment to moment changes. And we need to know that we have each other's backs, and we need to know that also we can find the fun even among hard times when it comes down to it. So great ideas shared in terms of welcoming our staff and our students back to school, and really taking the lead in setting the tone for a positive and fun and inspired school year. Let's face it, we all have, I'd say, a responsibility, but also a tremendous opportunity to make our schools places where our faculty and our staff and our parents, caregivers, and above all, our kids look forward to coming, even for small ways. And so, tell me about a couple of the takeaways, the wacky traditions that really resonated with you that were shared today.
Oh my goodness. So, the traditions of like admin having dinner together on Friday afternoons, I love that idea. It looked like there were a couple other administrators that had done something similar where they just, said this is an important time for us to have fellowship together, to debrief, to, have maybe an event session or inspirational talks. And, they really valued that time. And I think really everything that was discussed that was really inspiring was ways that they were connecting with others in the building to strengthen the relationships, that similar to what you were talking about. So also there's always some fun, treats, coffee in the staff room, or running around the building on carts with donuts and ice cream floats and things like that, which is always, inspiring as far as, getting people excited about, food, or, providing swag to different staff members. So there's a lot of different things that were discussed this morning. But I think, the thing that was discussed that was powerful was the time that they designated to get together and said, okay, this is important. We're going to block out our schedules. We're going to tell our secretaries, don't interrupt us unless there's an emergency, and to get that valuable time, which is really important, to be honest.
Just to build on that a little bit, that was, I think, maybe a key and maybe an aspect of the conversation that may have been missed with our theme, is that not only do we need to set that time aside, we need to take steps to protect that time. And sometimes that means just peeling back the layers for our reports and for people that serve and support us in our admin roles, about what that time is being used for, and not only why it needs to be protected, but procedures and responses for how to protect it. I mean, we can do almost everything with a script. And so as school leaders, we may need to provide our secretaries or office administration or others with scripts to use to protect that time. Yeah. And I mean, clarity is kindness. So if we can be clear about how we expect that time to be protected and how we can help them support it, that's also key. So yeah, set aside the time, but also make clear how you and others can help protect the time was a key takeaway for me.
Yeah. So that was bridged with another question, which was, what initiatives or projects have injected new energy and excitement in the workplace, boosting staff morale and igniting their passions? And this was probably the question that took up the most time of our conversation today, which I found like just a lot of wonderful initiatives that were on the campus level. So, Brad, do you remember a couple of things that stood out to you in regards to either projects or initiatives that injected new energy?
Yeah, one of our colleagues has a tradition called Fist Bump Friday, and so he invited. This is at the high school level. Invited any faculty that had a first block free to come out Friday mornings and to greet the kids with a fist bump. He's got music playing, and again, bringing staff together in ways that make kids, you know, look forward to checking in when they come in the building is great. It's a great tradition. Something that I found was really interesting is in some cases our school leaders were referring to programs or initiatives where the resources were leveraged from outside the school, and then there were also definitely sort of school based in the moment. Let's see this opportunity initiatives as well. And that Fist Bump Friday, I think, serves our colleague really well and serves his community really well. And that was a homegrown response, just seeing an opportunity and seizing the opportunity to do it.
Yeah, the 100 Caring Adults initiative too, where you have community members come out for the first day of school and just celebrate, applause, the whole 9 yards to say how important it is for the kids to come back. And I thought that was wonderful. The kindness project was also mentioned. I just love the idea of like bringing community together, inviting folks out to be a part of different events. Different themes, doing things together. I think was kind of like that overarching umbrella of doing dressing up or playing favorite songs on a playlist of your staff. Like there were a lot of different initiatives, but it was all about like connecting with other folks, having that community, and finding something greater than just going in every day to learn, which is obviously important, but we also got to have some fun in there too.
Well, I think sometimes we, as school leaders and as staff communities, need to give each other express permission to have some fun. And also, it may not be a natural or a normal part of our professional life to have that permission to express ourselves and just to bring our true personalities to what we do. I mean, let's face it, like if each of us is the makes the key difference in any interaction. Like we are the key ingredient that makes one interaction different from another. So why don't we give ourselves permission to find the fun, to bring our personalities to the fore and to leverage our strengths in a way that maybe you're not up for dressing up in costume, or maybe you're not up for the song and dance, the fun and games. If you have more of an introverted personality, that doesn't mean that you can't support initiatives, you can't support ways to find the fun and to just to bring positive energy and positive intention to each interaction is really key. So all about finding ways to celebrate and strengthen those relationships too.
I love it. So the last question, Brad, was what role can a leader play in cultivating a sense of purpose among staff members, helping them see the meaningful contributions that they make to the larger educational mission, which is so important. And we had some phenomenal, initiatives and things that people were doing. So what were your takeaways from, what we can do to cultivate a sense of purpose?
That shared sense of purpose, it can simply be about as school leaders recognizing and then naming and being specific about the great things that we see. We might be surprised how rare it can be for educators to get specific and positive feedback about how their choices and how their actions positively impact kids and positively impact the school culture. And no better way to do that than to catch staff and catch kids doing great things. And small things can have great impact as well. So, the encouragement is to be visible and present for those moments, and to help staff unpack the unique difference that they make in their working life. It can be as small as a small positive interaction of a staff member helping an elementary student tie his or her shoe, or a moment of consolation when a kid is having a hard time, or maybe it's a guidance staff member who is making a significant but very personal, very confidential difference to a student or students in difficulty. Just that moment of recognition and say, hey, I see you. I'm grateful for you, and you're making a difference here. Can mean all the difference. What's coming up for you as well?
Yeah, I love the idea of personalized meetings and coaching for connecting staff passion and interest. I thought that was just a beautiful initiative that was done by several administrators. of taking the time to get with their staff. And the purpose was figuring out what they loved to work on, what they loved to have a mission on, but then also saying yes. Too many times we hear no in the world of education, and that could be kind of a beatdown. And to find ways to say yes, to create that energy that can go a full school year. If you have something that you love and that you're passionate about, it doesn't feel like work. And so to be the person that opens that door for a teacher or an educator is pretty powerful. And to take the time to do that says a lot about those administrators. And I don't know, my heart filled when I heard that as an initiative.
It can be a very powerful yes, Josh, can it, when you can tie that yes back to those overall goals that we have for our students and our faculty and also for our districts. And it's a very powerful yes when you can see how saying yes is supporting staff and coming together around initiatives or projects or around new professional learning that makes a difference for kids. And then that makes the yes not only resonant, but then it sets a foundation where maybe that yes will lead to more yeses in the future. Again, that just the ripple effect of making positive differences for the communities that we serve.
Well, Brad, it's inspiring to be with you every week, buddy. And for those who are watching, if you haven't had a chance to take, your Tuesday mornings with us, every Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time, we're together. We're putting ideas out there, and it's so much fun. It happened this week. Someone was like, I heard this crazy idea last week. I implemented it, and it was such a game changer for us. So I love spitballing ideas, telling each other, what is working, what's not, and then implementing that. So every Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time, go over to teachbetter.com/mastermind. It's free. And then you get the pleasure of seeing the kooky and crazy things that Brad Hughes does every week. So join us.
Well,
and
the kooky and crazy antics of Joshua Stamper are best experienced in person. Again, that's Tuesday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern. And Josh, it's always inspiring to be with you. I treasure our relationship through Teach Better, and I really do treasure the connections that we make each and every week. So huge shout out and huge gratitude to our administrative leaders who are able to join us, and hopefully that you're benefiting from this recap as well. If you like what you hear, and if you're not yet part of our community, we would love to have you. It's a great place to hang out.
Well said, buddy. All right, y'all. I hope you have a wonderful week. If you need support, of course, Brad and I are here for you. So just reach out, and our handles are here, and you can let us know how we can support you. All right. I guess we'll see you next Tuesday.
Thanks, Josh.